Now, I'm not complaining, but I gotta ask a question. Do you like legacy fighting games? Does it make your experience better or does it make your experience worse? I want to hear everybody's thoughts on this because we got a wild ride to set in just for Tekken specifically. But we got to talk about this topic because I feel this way a little bit, but I feel like it's bigger than something else. I got something bigger to express here, bro. Something I need to really get off my chest. So you're probably wondering, what is a legacy fighting game, or aka legacy skill? The concept of legacy skill is what allows most people who have played a fighting game before to transition more smoothly into other fighting games. Perfect example of that is just how people understand the concept of using DPs in fighting games, or there might be some in-game specific knowledge from previous installments that new players probably won't have a concept to deal with versus you fighting it as a new player. The definition of it simply, the skills gained from other fighting games that are transferable to any other fighting game. To give y'all a better understanding, if you know how to ride a bike, if you get a new bike, you're gonna know how to ride the bike. And they ain't talking about like the one wheeler or tricycle. Like, be for real, y'all know what I mean. A lot of people like to say this is why players like Sonic, Fox, and Void is pretty good. You know, when it comes to fighting games, when they apply themselves really hard, they do really good because they have a legacy understanding and their foundations from just general fighting games are so strong. They have to just transfer that from that game to the new game. But then I realized during the Tekken 8 beta, I love Tekken 8. I love it so much. I won't take away from that game. It is probably going to be one of my most played games next year. But Jesus Christ, can we talk about how I know when I was streaming the beta a couple of times or just played it that one stream, I feel like I only lose to people that have been playing Tekken longer than me. And people would fight me and they'll be like, GG's, I've been playing since Tekken 6. And I'll just be confused and frustrated. So I was thinking, alright, Bandai, Tekken 8 will solve this problem. There's a thing called Special Style in Tekken 8. To sum up Special Style in the game, it's supposed to give beginners access to tools to get them in the game as fast as every other player. What if I told you this is like the worst feature for Tekken 8 right now? And a lot of people don't care because people hate this whole accessibility things with fighting games, making things easier for people to do. It's whack, you know, but I care about that stuff. I care about people wanting to play these fighting games, you know. Yeah, they may not be a Sonic Fox or be Evo champion of Street Fighter 6 or Tekken, but I do want people to just see that these games are fun, even on the bare bones surface level, just matching with your homie. So I'm gonna explain Special Style with this highlight. What is up, everybody? We talking about Special Style, right? Special Style gives you 5 set of buttons on the surface, right? So here's your specialty move that can go into heat, you know, heat engager, and it can also combo too if you just keep mashing it, which is pretty good. Does a lot more damage, you know, off of just special into that. Then you get the one where, let's say for instance, like you get the launcher. Say for instance you have like an air combo, you finally launch somebody, right? And you like, okay, but you have to already be in Special Style to do it. You can't go launcher Special Style. It doesn't work like that. So what the game wants you to do for air combos, for some specific reason, you just keep doing it and the game will go into its own combo that launches them. This could be good for beginners to be like, alright, this corner carry. You're probably wondering, well, why would I use the different combos than the other one? Well, number one, the specialty move puts you into heats, so therefore you're using up your heat gauge. While the air combos, it starts with a launcher that could potentially corner carry them or put them towards the wall. That's a big difference there. Then you got the power crush, which off of Special Style is just the power crush. It's your armored move, but it automatically, if you have the meter, and don't worry, I think either way, if you did it normally like the input, which Azucena's would be forward 1 2. And then you get low attacks with Special Style, which is circle. And what this does, you're probably like, it says lows, attacks, and throws. I'm gonna put y'all on. I'm putting y'all on. If you want to throw, your directional input that you hit gives you options to certain moves. If you want to grab, you hit back and you hit circle or back and forward, right? Relative whatever, you always get a grab. Even from the back, you get the back grab. It doesn't matter. Whatever you hit, you will get the grab. Right? If you hit forward, and low attack. You get a 2-hit move. It's not really the best accessibility like modern controls will be. This is kind of in the vein of like advanced Arxis auto combos. You know, that's what it was. That's what it is to me. Now you probably wonder, what's the verdict on special style, Yaya? I'm gonna be real with you. It's good for about like 5 minutes. So special style doesn't function in the same vein as modern control. It feels very limited compared to it. You can't like use special style and then go to a different button really. You can do that with modern controls, but the game of Street Fighter 6 is designed with drive rush in it and certain mechanics that let that be possible, where even the auto comboed hits can be drive cancelable. Tekken 8 ain't got that. The Tekken 8 biggest thing is like, alright, we still got like Tekken 7 kind of. So Tekken 8 in theory is like, yo, we have Tekken 7, but we have like this heat mechanic that adds another layer of unga bunga, but also thinking you gotta deal with. And the reason why special style sucks is because at one point it just says, alright, here's your power crush. Here's your throw or grab. Here's your air combo. Here's your normal button that you can mash. And it's just like, it's kind of why like people hated those simple modes in other fighting games, because it feels garbage after you play for a long period of time. And don't get it twisted, I've completely won 4 matches with special style in Tekken 8. Bogus. Going for it again. Let's go, yeah! Yeah, there we go. However, once people learn the game, when people have a better understanding, or if they just never fought that character, just don't know how to deal with that matchup, it feels kind of like it's gonna be like an underutilized thing. And it kind of brings back the stigma that old fighting games had, or like old Blaze Blue or old Guilty Gear, where they used to have these simple modes in these games, and people would clown you for playing on them because one, they was supposed to be easy, but it was very easy to punish everything on those control schemes. Okay, maybe not stylish Kagura. And it's disappointing because from an accessibility perspective or ease of use of understanding, Tekken doesn't really offer that. But I give them the benefit of the doubt. This is a beta. All of the tutorials and the mechanics are not explained as well in this beta just yet compared to a full game. Like, let's be real, the beta is supposed to have limited stuff. The goal of the beta is to test its features and its functions. A lot of people tend to forget that. Like, I don't get why people forget that, but I even specify based on what I'm playing, that's how I feel. Like, at least with modern controls, you see people actually using modern controls for a long period of time, right? People are still playing and getting to master rank with just modern controls in that game. And there's a complete different control scheme that gives you a different way to play those characters. Special style feels like those tests where the teachers just didn't feel like giving you an actual test. They let you use the open book. And then 9 times out of 10, the open book test can be harder than the actual normal test they would give you. That's what it feels like. It's like you can't, it doesn't even have the flexibility of like canceling anything like that. So it's just very weird. Like, I feel like as a thing, they failed at that. And you're probably wondering, how should they fix this thing for Tekken 8? Maybe if they could potentially, this could only be online oriented, or maybe give us like some variations of special style things to use that we could customize. That would be pretty good. One, that could be balanced in hell, so I know they probably, that's why they don't go for that. Other than that, I do not know how they can fix special style. It's just, I know it can be mad discouraging. A lot of people are already intimidated by characters having almost 90 to 100 plus moves. Even though if you play the game, you ain't gonna use every move. But once in a while, people gonna bust out and you gonna be mad as hell. But I don't hate legacy fighting games, and I'm gonna tell you why. I just want to talk about it for the people that do. Legacy fighting games are beautiful. It helps you be able to pick up any fighting game and transfer to the next installment without things being very different and very weird. For a lot of people, they want evolutions of their favorite fighting games, not something completely different or, you know, centralized and in quotations, dumbed down. But people want evolutions of what they were already playing, not a whole digression of gameplay. Smash Bros is pretty much a legacy fighting game. It's always has been, to be honest with you. Smash Bros also gets away with it because one, it has some of the biggest characters in history in its video games, and each iteration, some things change of the properties of moves, but generally, characters have always been the same. Mario has been up-being people since the beginning of time. Fox still is shooting people from Melee to Ultimate, and Captain Falcon still punching people like it's the early 2000s with the Falcon Punch. So I don't find legacy fighting games pretty bad. I pretty much love it to some extent. It's a harder game, but in a way, some people just like new things and they want Tekken to evolve from Tekken. Whereas I'm newer to Tekken, I'm down for the cause, and I've been playing them all casually. I haven't really had a thought process on how Tekken gameplay was before this. I just know Tekken Tag is my favorite one because it was tag mechanics. So that's why I liked it. So let me know, do y'all think Tekken 8 is going to be bad for newcomers? Do you think the tutorial in the game that they're going to have, which they show some promise already, will be good for the future of Tekken 8? Comment down below. Make sure y'all hit subscribe and like the video. We on the road to 22K, and it was my birthday recently, so if you want to become a member of the channel or drop a super chat for your boy, I love that. But remember, you guys are golden, and that is raw. Henshin, I'm out. Peace.
Never felt like this. Maybe it's the death of me. Like my own worst enemy.
All right, who's next?
Let's see who's stronger.